We can wink her. We want to do that after, though.
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's
Bit of a
estimated
mommy
time
as
of
well.
death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security
She's telling
footage
the truth.
It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed. I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG. Just a game, but there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it.
I
The
see.
purpose was to recruit them into NICE.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
Isn't that like a thing that happened in real life? The
I am aware
CIA
of
did
that
something like
video.
that?
I saw it on the news.
Or the Yeah, I think it was the CIA.
However, it's completely unrelated to NICE. I assume someone made it with the
Like in like the
intent to
90s or
imitate
something. I
Bats
forget what it was
490.
called, but...
What do you think, Tom?
Or maybe it was that thing that people thought that it was, but they never
Hard to say on that
knew
alone.
for sure.
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him.
The very same.
I'm actually here because of a tip I got
Just
from
gonna
him.
drop my monitor again.
Shikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see. Shikara is a former member of NICE.
Ah.
Though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Order of Percent?
What
It's an
the fuck?
organization that split off from NICE. You could say they are a sect. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society.
I
Despite
see.
our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that NICE created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from NICE.
The important thing about a lot of this information is that none of it may be relevant. Because there are going to be splitting timelines. And a lot of times what will happen is, like, they'll go down an entire path and only the part at the end matters. And it's like, it's not true, but it's like, it gives you information that is true. Like, it's not canon, but it gives you information that is canon, basically. That's what happened a lot of the time in the last game.
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, NICE is a secret organization hidden from the public.
That's a good thing Boss just happened to know someone who knew this location. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates, if I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
Isn't that the other guy's guard? Say something funny.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of NICE, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip
That's
about us.
badass.
Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's
Yeah.
all nonsense. Made up
I think that
stories
was the thing
become
Iris
more
said
and
about
more
the space
embellished as
thing.
They were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. NICE is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world.
Many people are saying
This
this.
is one such branch. This is a common misconception, but NICE is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
That the world is an artificial simulation of
Correct.
reality created by someone or something. That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Why would you do
That's
that?
an interesting organization.
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hack has completely.
But like, if it is a program, what if you just cease to exist when that happens? It's kind of seems a
The
little
intersection
short-sighted.
between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand.
You will someday. It is a prophecy.
All right,
It will.
I'll
be
see you in another
fulfilled eventually.
timeline, I guess. Wait, no, don't invent.
What is that?
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant
Okay.
to resemble the sign behind me.
This will come into play later, I'm sure. Hang on, hold that thought. I'm pretty good at capoeira. It looks really cool, but it's pretty useless in fighting games. That's not true, dude. Have you seen good Eddie players? Evolve to Date. Nice. Adult will not grow any further. I see. So, should I reset then? Current character will leave to another timeline? What? Yes? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, they're tasty. Let's go the crazy route. Alright. Remind me to do the bonus stuff, because we did unlock costumes. Alright, did we look at her yet? We have a lot of questions to ask this guy, too.
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard.
Why does it look like this is not like a 3D model, and this is like a 2D head?
I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year.
Yeah.
He was a piece of human garbage.
That's so
Slugged me in the
Sejima.
face and resigned. Then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me. Something funny. There, I said it.
Nice.
Your badge.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
What the hell? Let's wink him. What's going on in his brain?
It was a heat of the moment thing, but I ended up quitting my job. I don't regret punching that scumbag, but what am I going to do now? I've got 10 children to think about.
10 children?
What? A job? With the conditions I requested? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do anything, as long as it's not illegal.
Alright. Oh, fuck. I forgot. I had to choose between the two. Oh, god damn it. I don't know why I chose. I forgot I had to do that. That sucks. So I only got to do him.
That's the nonupal X. The symbol.
Oh,
of
the
nines.
nonupal X.
Non-upal means consisting of 9. You know how
I
there's
see.
single, double,
Yeah.
non-upals.
So nonupal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Nizadlaws is derived from 9-exed lozenge?
No.
Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. In other words,
That's so
Nizadlaws
complicated.
means the 9 X's of the diamond.
That's so complicated. That's definitely not what the fucking writers originally wrote that as. They were like, how do we come up with
If I
this?
asked you a question.
What is it?
It's some Kingdom Hearts shit.
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
She said Freyer.
I
Frey.
am asking the person within you.
What?
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyer?
Freyer? Yes?
Hey, Yuki.
As I thought. Then you've realized this world is fictional. Am I correct?
Yes?
Yuki, what's gotten into you?
Then please tell me the nil number. If you truly are a Freya, you should know it.
Oh shit. So this is gonna be something we learn in a different timeline.
So
Okay.
you don't know. In other words, you lied.
Oh good. She saw right through it. I thought that I could get her to keep talking if I faked my way through it.
Way to go.
Yeah, I was
What
very
is a nil
curious.
number? What is a Freyer? Frey. Right.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free.
Yeah. So I guess that'll come into play later.
Free
God, I
can
love it
mean
when they
fight.
do that.
But it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Nyes didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of Nyes are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones
Okay.
who created the QR
I believe her.
video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation, a false world created by a program.
That's probably gonna be one of the endings of this, but I don't know if it's gonna be the true one.
And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches. Coincidences
said
like
that.
this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams. The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
I've heard of it. I forget what it is though.
It's a top secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28th, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was
This is the
enshrouded in
most
a greenish
zero
mist,
escape
then vanished.
thing ever.
Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible, if a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
We really went the crazy route, huh? I only had one choice though in the beginning, so I don't know how much I've actually influenced this path.
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature.
Ah, yes, nature. The bench and the fountains.
Like I can feel the buzz inside quieting down.
That's nature, all right.
Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it.
Oh my god. Wait, she has a fucking...
Okay.
She actually is a dominatrix, dude. What the hell? What is that? A crop. That's what... Yeah. That's what it is. It's the horse thing. But, you know, it's also the dominatrix thing. What the hell?
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in
I guess we
Studio
just have, like,
Vita,
virtual
aren't we?
crime scene recognition?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there.
Recollection?
Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
All right, let's start looking around.
Do we have all the evidence? I feel like we don't. Virtual reality activation. Oh, we actually get to walk around as him. I see. I don't even think we got to walk around as Date in the first game.
Wow, I can switch.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
There's mannequins back there? What the hell's going on back there? I don't like that.
What's this? There's something inside the body.
Is that a can of beans?
3 things catch my attention.
There's a spool? Dude, what is this guy shoving up there?
First, a mixture of potassium chlorate,
Oh.
sulfur, and
Oh,
lead
this is why it
phosphorus.
exploded.
This is probably a fire starter. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse
I thought they didn't
includes
find
an
anything
oxidizing
on the
agent,
body.
so it can continue to burn even inside the body.
There's very clearly glass and
Finally,
shit.
At the end of the fuse is this is a substance that causes a thermite reaction.
I guess the thermite would
When
burn
ignited, it
away,
creates
but
heat of over 3,000 degrees.
shouldn't that leave evidence? Whatever.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's, you know what?
Couldn't you have compared it to a fish hook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go
The
there.
penis jokes are flowing
No,
today.
that's not what I meant.
Yeah, what is going on with the mannequins? Okay, they're just there, I guess. Fair enough. What's going on here? Electric kettle. Dude, there's a fucking wire that goes through the floor. Are you kidding me?
Maybe it's for having tea.
How did
during
nobody
breaks.
see this? There's literally like a wire that goes through the ground, dude. There's no way there's just an outlet there.
Looks like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
Okay, so I only have normal and X-ray right now. I don't think I need to use X-ray anymore for now.
The questions for the quiz all
What's going on here? Okay.
these aren't good for much other than for show. Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors. Someplace warm.
Interesting.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, cock. What else we got here? Can I X-ray anything else? I feel like I've been pretty thorough.
Getting a better look at it. It looks like it's like a spider's thread.
I saw the
Oh.
start of it.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT. Graphene sheets with a thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable.
I see.
They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical
Is that a
maximum
real
tensile
thing?
strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
I saw where it was. It's that switch, like, by the door.
That way. Over by that red lamp. What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
So it was like rigged to turn off the lights when the corpse dropped.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
Someone dropped it. Yeah.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
Because the power
So
wasn't
it
out.
wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
The string.
That's the switch that powered.
Yeah, let's not overthink.
But no one was near the. Let's
meant
try to think of.
The string. How do I interact with the string? Yeah.
There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling. I
Damn,
mean.
why is her tiny model so thick as well, dude? Come
Now
on.
that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor
That's
right after
unnecessary.
the lights went out.
Ibis isn't like that.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Rigor mortis soft. Assume they just
The
dropped
culprit
it.
must have been hiding, and when the time was right, they dropped the corpse.
A simple answer. I've already confirmed that no
Oh,
one.
okay. Well, then it's
Can
the
you
rigor
think
mortis
of-
thing.
The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up
He
there while the
fell
body
like
is still
really
stiff.
perfectly.
But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
This is really
And
elaborate.
that's what made it fall down. Now for the final question. Why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode. It's
True.
because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
What would the culprit have actually done?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Macadamy Award.
Macadamy? Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started. Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed
This is
Jin.
sick.
Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
Up there. Like
it
that.
was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer
That
soon.
dance goes hard.
It needs to be soft and squishy, like an octopus.
I just realized he's not wearing gloves, is he? He's wearing like one of those like shirts that has
This scene
handholds
makes
at the
no
end of it.
sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it.
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
There he goes.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the light.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives.
That must have been a long fuse, dude. It took like a good minute.
And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion.
Wouldn't the fire have also gotten the... I guess it wouldn't have necessarily traveled up
Good
the
work! We
string
got
or
some
whatever.
nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
It was very necessary.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after
This is
all.
supposed to be Ryuki telling Mizuki, by the way, this whole time. This whole section we've been doing, this is all supposed to be Ryuki explaining what happened 6 years
Of course
ago.
it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere, just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
What would make me crazy? Snowy day? No, that's impish. I think windy was brave. I wonder what crazy was. I don't know. Oh fuck, let me do the bonus thing now before I forget. I think we're like changing sections anyway. Alright, how much are they? Fuck, dude. I can afford both of them.
too! Good choice.
Is it for... What is this stuff? This is just like concept art and stuff, right? I won't waste it. Alright, well I will buy Among Us. Alright. It kind of sucks you have to go back to the main menu. I mean, like, it doesn't take long to load, because the game is like... just like, does that. But...
Okay then.
Yeah, we don't need to see it. I'm curious if it's gonna change her.
Meow meow.
Yep, that's we're gonna put those on.
Pants aren't
Oh,
bad
I
either.
see. It's Ryuki's for her, and then it's Mizuki's for the other one.
Pants aren't bad either.
Now, is she just gonna look like this in game now, or American Samoa Smash? He's really on the All Might stuff, huh?
American Samoa Smash!
Just see it through. Then
Hero Killer Smudge. I really do love My Hero. Okay, well, she doesn't look like that right now. Maybe it's only in that menu. I don't know. Who knows? All right.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what?
Can't
Yeah.
let that joke. Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign.
That's correct.
It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell. The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period. Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
Very cool. Yeah.
So,
okay, so
to
it's highly
wrap it all
flammable.
up,
So it did just
The
disintegrate.
culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
True.
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean the director, Shinpei Wagai?
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now, at the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket.
All right. I mean, I don't know if it logically follows that he would have 100% knew it was up there. Just because he's like the director of the show, it's not like he's like constantly like, okay, yep, body's still up there. Are we gonna see what's her face here? I don't see her.
There he is.
Ah, shit.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
He already knows. I can't believe he's shooting in this restaurant. Okay, thank God it let me use WASD, because I was not ready for the arrow keys. This is pretty insane. He's really just dodging these bullets. Oh, enter? What do you mean, enter? That's so fucked. Oh my god. What a badass.
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here.
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it.
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail! That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
I see.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror. I don't know his
There it
real
is.
Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said,
I thought it was weird they were giving this guy a backstory. I want to borrow your studio for an hour or so on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time, that includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked, that's all. I'll pay you 5 million. If everything goes well, I'll pay you on the night of the 11th.
so me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Why'd you fire your gunmen? Come to Class 3A at Sekiba High. You'll get your money there.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki!
Yeah, let's go.
Interesting. Who's it gonna be? You think it's Iris's friend, Mame? That would be the well,
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics, Chikara Horodori.
No way. It can't be.
Mame is number 1 on my list. We're at the shrine.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calm.
Again, there's like a forest surrounding it.
I see.
That's all the nature.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then.
Her outfit isn't gonna change. Maybe it changes during the Somnium sessions, but it doesn't change in the cutscenes so far.
It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student,
There's
my
no way
grandmother
that's
told me I
true.
should learn a skill set. Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th, right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
I see.
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that
It has no guts!
What?
I know.
That's
That
pretty
was
good.
So bad, the joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
Much respect for that one.
looks like there aren't any
I
other
see.
clues here.
So it has its guts are gone, so it can. I don't know if that would work. That's an interesting perspective that you think it would work like that. You just take the guts out of a corpse and just stick it onto the fucking wall
Well,
like a sticky
satisfied?
hand. What about the security
I
cams?
checked
Great
the
question.
footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of
Any cameras on campus?
None. You remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
He did say that. I forgot about that. I didn't think that was relevant at the time.
I think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Chimpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Chimpei.
Yeah.
That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this Terror?
I wouldn't be having so much
That's the
trouble if I
question,
knew
ain't it,
that.
Ryuki?
It can't be Tokiko, can it?
Nah,
Tokiko was with me
it can't
at
be her
Chikara's time of
specifically.
death,
I mean,
and she was in Okinawa during the incident with
she could
Jin.
always be orchestrating it,
Yeah,
but
at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
that's what
Something
I
has been
said.
bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation.
She did kind of do
A
that.
false world
It could be
created by a
someone
program.
from the sect, though, right?
Could she have done
Someone
all
who
this
left
to give her
NICE?
claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
That seems a little drastic.
In any case, let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Is she gonna be dead too?
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
She's gonna be like dead. That's always what happens with things like this. She's not
I've been
dead.
expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I knew you would come see me.
Her outfit is great. Okay, you can stop doing.
These aren't sunglasses. It's a fairy's black bra.
What a degenerate.
That's a crazy
As you
thing
know,
to
This
say.
is the president's office at the NICE Japan branch.
The world is full of rubbish. Such things should all be washed away. That was my thinking when I designed this room.
You
That's kind of
designed it.
badass. I
Yes.
won't lie to you.
The flow of water cleanses one's heart, just like the flow
Not
of
sure how I
food.
feel about the statues, but the rest of the room, I'm liking.
Not really. She's a kind woman. But I obviously wouldn't tell you even if I did know something. As her secretary, it's part of my job to protect her secrets.
Mamoru is an excellent employee who faithfully fulfills his duties. I have complete trust in him.
I'm honored to hear that. I respect you from the bottom of my heart as well.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Yeah, it didn't
Solve
teleport.
the mystery, Miss Shigure. Jin's right half didn't teleport. It was just made to seem that way. It should have been obvious when you think about it. Teleportation? It's impossible. We live in a simulation? This is a fake world created by a program? Impossible. Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. Just a ludicrous myth like UFOs, ghosts, and Kappa.
Well, ghosts are real.
I'm sure there are people who'd like to believe in these things. And there are groups who profit by making people
Actually, ghost aliens are real.
Mr. Ryuki, it appears as though there's been some misunderstanding. We of NICE have nothing to do with this.
Are you sure about that?
Also, saying UFOs,
All
just
the
real
pieces
quick,
would fit
saying
together if
UFOs
NICE
is
the one that made the QR
are fake. It kind of doesn't make sense because UFOs doesn't specifically refer to alien UFOs. Just
The
just throwing
falsified
that out there.
paranormal phenomenon. What was written
Just
on the
throwing that out
signboard.
there.
It all advances your agenda.
There are UFOs that aren't related to aliens. Just saying.
Could it be that you wanted to spread the QR video
Just throwing that
by
out
showing
there.
that sign along with the corpse on stream?
I forgot what my mute button was. To mute the sneeze, so I pressed like every key. Hang on, it's like, I found it. It's Control Plus. We got there.
As I've told you, we are not the ones who made the QR video. What is the purpose of the QR video in the first place? Are you saying there is some message urging people to join NICE in it?
Maybe.
No, I don't.
Then do you know about terror?
I've heard that name on the news, yes. This is about the culprit, is it not?
Yes. but
I have absolutely no idea who it could be. I'm sorry I can't
We should have
help
winked
you,
her.
but
I can't believe I winked the other guy. I really forgot that it had a cooldown. I guess it's... We haven't charged
I
yet,
know
so
of
we
the
can't use it
incident,
again.
Of course. However,
yes, I know you have an alibi. We were here, having a conversation during the time of Chikara Horadori's death, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're completely innocent. You are the president of NICE. Surely you have plenty of subordinates who can do your bidding.
are you implying I ordered someone to kill him?
It's a possibility.
And what would be my motive?
Well...
Remember what Tokiko said. Chikara Horadori is an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
That logo is garbage.
Their order and NICE are heading in completely different directions.
Perhaps NICE and the Order of Percent are hostile.
I see. You're suggesting there was a conflict between organizations. It is true that NICE and the Order of Percent have differing beliefs. However, we are not at odds with one another. Both organizations believe in the simulation theory. In that respect, we are comrades.
Interesting.
We are living in a simulation, and
Yeah,
from
yeah.
this false world, on the other hand, the Order of Percent, we are living in a simulation. But they wish to remain imprisoned within
I
it
see.
forever.
Wouldn't that directly make you at odds? That's kind of...
Forever.
Mr. Ryuki, have you ever played an open-world game where you play as a criminal?
Grand Theft
A
Auto?
game that lets you rob, murder, blow things
Okay,
up,
yeah.
leave a trail of debris wherever you go. An absurd, heinous game where you can
Alright,
commit
come
all
on,
sorts
dude.
of horrible crimes.
Hang on, I feel like I'm a little small. There we go. Now I'm a little bigger.
I've never played anything like that, but I know what you mean.
Then you can understand.
Ryuki, have you ever played GTA 5?
If this is a false world created by someone, then the Order of Percent believe they
Oh,
can
I
do
see.
whatever they wish. To them, this place is a true utopia.
They believe they're living in
a dream
GTA
world where they're
5.
allowed to do anything they want with no real consequences.
That's why they want to live here forever?
Exactly.
They're trying to
Get
figure
it.
out the cheat
That's why
codes.
Chikara was researching immortality.
They're trying to install the hot coffee mod.
In theory, using Purge, even immortality is achievable. The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful?
What do you think, dead man? Fucking owned. Oh shit.
I am aware that Chikara was very particular about immortality. However, I will say one thing. One must not believe in eternal youth. Eternal youth.
That's pretty
is a
true.
lie.
I love how she hits the eternal. I can't even do that, dude. How is she even doing that? Just something like. She's doing it in like a weird. Oh wait, I think it's like that. Almost. We're almost there. How is she doing? I just want to be a member of Knives. I don't. Is that her thumbs? Oh, she was like hitting this. Oh, it's literally just
By
that.
the way, Mr.
She's
Ryuki,
literally just doing.
do you remember what you said earlier?
We live in a simulation. Oh fuck.
Simulation theory is nothing but a cult
Sorry,
nonsense.
I didn't mean to make fun of you. Jesus, she's cursing me through
That
the
is
game.
clearly false. The simulation theory is not a cult. It falls within the realm of science. In fact, many
Okay.
esteemed scientists have given
Yeah, I'm a
serious
ghost
thought to it.
scientist.
The theory was originally proposed by a Swedish philosopher.
I think this
However,
part is true.
the concept has been around since long ago,
Yeah.
even as far back as the days of Plato and Zhuangzi.
The Zero Escape games
This
writing,
world
they
might
always
be an
like to like
illusion.
take a
At
real
least,
world like
there is
myth
no
or
way to
event
prove it
and like
isn't
twist
an
it
illusion.
and be like, did you know all these things about that event? And then later they're just like, psych, that was, would you believe that shit, idiot? Stupid.
There are great people throughout history who have held such ideas.
But there's no way to prove it is an illusion either.
They really
is
make
there?
you think about it and they're like, wow, I can't
No,
believe you thought
there
about
is
that
plenty
fucking
of science to
moron.
support it. The holographic principle, theory of relativity, the measurement problem in quantum theory can also be considered proof.
Don't talk to me about quantum physics, okay? I'd probably run. Oh, okay. Well, we're Otai, because we're impish. That's fine. That's at least a new one. You know, how's the album? Okay, so we went right this time. Okay, so there's only 2 options from me. Got it. Alright. This is a long conversation.
Even light cannot escape a black
This might be
hole.
like the end of this
I'm
route.
sure you've heard this before. Information is the same. It cannot escape a black hole.
That's usually how the routes end. They give you
It's
like a
known
big
that the amount
information
of
dump and then it
information
just ends.
trapped in this way is not derived from the volume of the black hole, but the surface area.
This could also just
Considering
be like
this,
the virtual
you
world
can
ending.
conclude that information in a 3-dimensional space is stored in the boundary of its 2-dimensional surface. In other words, all information stored
It's
in
stored
this
in the
universe
balls. That's what I've
is
been saying.
encoded in a single flat plane, just like a hologram. Regarding gravity and other physical processes, they can be completely accounted for through the laws of physics defined by the boundary surface. Let's take a character from an action game, for example.
Like Nathan Drake, perhaps.
When that character falls, you may think he was pulled to
Okay.
the ground by gravity.
I take issue with so many things that just happened. One, they said action game, and they showed fucking Mario. Mario is not an action game, okay? Second of all, that is like Waluigi with curly hair. That is insane. What is that? That is actually the worst. That is so cursed. His fit is awful.
However, gravity does not actually exist.
They even did the
in
fucking
game
the
world.
eyes on the mountain.
Only code that was written in the program. The character's body is merely made to show as if it fell based on its code.
You think this world is the same?
That's such a weird theory to me because like code is like
The holographic principle is not a theory.
it would not
It is a
have to
principle.
it would not be based on code, right? If we lived in a simulation, it would
It
like
has already
because
been
code is like
mathematically
something
proven.
we created. Like it would not make sense for us to be. That is a
I
nice watch.
see. Then let us leave it at that.
What?
In any case, there is no denying that the simulation
Oh, what the
theory is
fuck?
true.
I didn't know that.
But unlike
I didn't know that was
I
the
have
stop
no
talking
interest
button.
in the concept of immortality.
I'm not
Because
from
my
Kyoto.
objective is to tear at the seams of this world and emancipate us all.
That
So
sucks.
you
I don't think I can go
die.
back either.
No. Death and emancipation are complete, though I would be fine with dying at any time.
Because this world isn't real.
There is that, yes. However, there is another reason.
I just don't give a shit.
If I wish to do so, I can resurrect myself. We are living in a false world created by a program. Therefore, if we can rewrite its code, we can create miracles.
I can't tell if this is gonna be like a meta thing where they're like in a video game and they know.
Like reincarnation, or even
Okay, wow, she's really snapping, huh?
bringing someone who has already passed back to life.
Has this woman lost it?
What the fuck? Is she gonna kill herself?
Ryuki, you were right. There's clearly a lot of reasons to be suspicious of Tokiko.
Yeah. Let's check with WingSync.
That's not done. We're gonna get to do it anyway, thankfully.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
What is this?
Looks like Tokiko is blackmailing someone.
What is it she saw?
I don't know. This is as far as we can get through WingSync.
Then...
Yes, let's get a deeper look into her mind, using a regular sync.
Hmm. Like a kitchen sink? That was a joke. I know they're not talking about kitchen sink. I'm just trying to fill air. I'm sorry. Alright, let's go in Mommy's mind and see what we can find.
Just to confirm, you did get permission, right?
Nope,
Yes,
let's jump
she
in.
accompanied me voluntarily and...
No, I meant from Boss.
I haven't seen Boss. She wasn't in the control room.
What
It's
is Boss
fine.
up to, dude?
I'll be sure to talk to her later.
I don't think this is a good idea. Besides, you don't look so good, Ryuki.
I'm fine. So please, I need more leads
What is
to
this
solve this
thing
case.
where he's like going insane? I'm not really sure what that's about.
Fine. I'll help you for now, but I won't be held responsible. Deal?
I don't know if that's his choice, but...
Look, Ryuki. Please just don't cause any problems. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes. I absolutely need you to follow this rule.
Yes, understood.
Okay then.
Does he not follow
Let's
this
begin.
rule? Is that why he goes crazy? That's not what's supposed to happen. I'm pretty sure what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to like lose your entire consciousness. Or wait, no, don't you like swap, right? I think that's what it is. Because that's what happened. Is that how they swapped in the first game? I think that's how they swapped. Is they stayed for like a long time. I don't remember exactly, but something like that. Okay, no, she's still like this, so
I wonder if
I guess
this
the
is a
costume is
nice
just for the
president's
lounge.
room. It's really white though.
Let's make an acronym poem with the letters for nice.
Where the hell is this coming from?
N.
Okay. N. Not that I know why.
A.
A. Angry. I. Incoming?
X.
Shingu River Ray.
Not that I know why. Angry incoming Shingu River Ray. The Shingu River Ray. Such a kind animal.
Angered by
Okay.
humans polluting waterways, I guess.
These always start weird, but it really just takes me aback every time. I really like that they center on the feet. This game was really made for me in a lot of ways, you know? In a lot of ways, you know? Alright, we're in there. Mental Lock 1. Mental Lock 2. Mental Lock 3. Stare into Tokiko's abyss. Oh, I'd love to.
This is such a quiet place. So empty and blank.
Maybe that's Tokiko's mental state. Pretty eccentric. Hopefully we can find something here.
Looks like we can only interact with that ripped up book.
Right. Let's
Better not be a
investigate.
lie. I don't believe her.
A book of nice teachings. Why is it ripped in half?
Does it say anything?
Yeah, just one phrase. The intersection between the warp and weft. The rest is ripped off.
I remember Tokiko saying something like that.
The intersection between the warp and weft, that's where the seam can occur. Right?
I wonder what she meant by that.
Who knows? Why don't you join NICE to find out? Anyway, that's about all that we can get from this book.
Okay, so there's no twists and turns to this one. All of the blank into blank and the blank are blank to blank. Wow, that's a lot. Oh, there's an eyeball behind her.
That's...
Okay. What's going on here?
When did this get here?
What does it say?
That's where the seam can occur. Combining it with the book from earlier, the intersection between the warp and weft, that's where the seam can occur.
That's exactly what Tokiko said. If it's coming out in her Somnium, it must hold some significance.
Always the feet, man.
That's just what we saw in the wink.
Someone's got a feet thing on the team. I could do without this, like, high-pitched noise. It's fucked up because it's like, it's making me think my ears are ringing, and I'm like dying, but it's just in the game. That's a dead person. That was, is his name Genny, I think? Prosy did. Saw the scene. So I'm assuming the idea of the seam is also the reason why these people are split in half. That's the vibe I'm getting. All of blank into her writing and the blank are blank.
I can't really make out what happened though. I did see Gen, I think.
It was just really chaotic.
Maybe the key to solving this Somnium has to do with what we found in the Nyes book.
The intersection between the warp and weft, that's where the seam can occur. That will help us? I don't know about that. I don't see how that will help us right now.
I don't think it's completely unrelated, but...
The next suspicious thing is...
Do you see anything?
There's a door down there?
Not really. Seems a lot deeper. It was pretty shallow earlier.
Jump
Let's
in.
dive in. What?
Yeah. Where else would I be talking about?
But it's really deep. And Red, what if there's an angry Shingu River Ray in there?
Enough with the complaining. You don't even need to breathe. It'll be fine. Go for it.
Fine. Why do you always gain this weird confidence during syncs?
What? Oh. Oh,
That
okay.
was surprising. All of a sudden, we're out of the water.
We fell from up there.
But we ended up in the same room.
Interesting.
Oh, look, the book again.
Let's check it out.
That was weird.
This one's not ripped, just another single phrase. Where the black
Bofa.
light gathers, sadness is born.
Where the black light gathers.
That's a skull. That's a chrome skull. That goes hard as hell, dude.
Whoa. Skulls? Why is Tokiko thinking about this?
She's a little kooky.
Wait, I sense something.
What is...
Huh. You're not doing anything. With this and the skulls, this is getting really creepy all of a sudden.
Maybe that's the black.
The death.
Let's just search the room for now.
Yeah. If we can't find anything, we'll reread the book and think through our options again.
Okay. Those teachings. Well, that one's in the light. Black light. That's another one? I guess on every, like, floor there's gonna be one. What the hell? There's a man here. There's another man here. There's another one here.
Ryuki, you have 5 minutes remaining.
Oh shit, I forgot moving around wastes time. There's someone there too. He's looking at this one. Is it like the skull that no one's looking at or something like that? I don't know, let's just try one.
That skull is a little bigger.
Bigger. What could that mean?
Her writing and the are strongly tied to those teachings.
A skull. It looks ordinary.
Is Tokiko into skulls?
Knowing her, I wouldn't be surprised if her house was filled with them.
All her ideas poured into her writing, and the blanks are strongly tied to those teachings. Let me read this again.
Where the black light gathers, sadness is born. Maybe the black is referring to the shadow man from earlier?
You might be onto something there. That's the only thing I can think of that's relevant to black. Where the light gathers, then, must mean where the shadow man interacts with something?
Maybe, but the shadow...
Oh, maybe where they're looking.
I see. Let's figure out what the shadow man was looking
we just have to
at.
find where they intersect? Okay. So, he's looking this way. So, is it this one? Or is this the one I looked at already? I think it's this one.
This one is bigger and misshapen.
Okay, yeah. So I kind of had the right idea. I was just going for the one that wasn't.
Again?
Oh, is it his skull?
He looks like he's in pain. Why?
Did they kill him?
Huh?
Or did they just, like, fuck his face up or whatever?
Disappeared. I wonder what the relationship between Tokiko and Gen is.
What was that?
Ryuki, you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like the book was the hint. Where the black light gathers, sadness is born.
After the sync, we need to ask Tokiko about Gen.
Tokiko has blank and oh my god, she has gonorrhea, syphilis, and hepatitis C within her. Oh my god, I can't believe that. I'm sure all the letters fit too. Oh fuck, not him too.
Did you see that? It became Shoma for a split second.
Why Shoma? Tama, make chase! Throw yourself in the water!
You make it sound like I'm committing suicide.
Okay, here we go.
Huge. Swimming controls. I don't see anything, so I'm assuming we just go down again. There's
4
the
minutes
book.
remaining.
Yeah.
It's the same room again. But this time, the room itself is underwater too.
I see.
This is the same as earlier. There has to be something related to Shoma.
And there has to be an eyeball behind this chair. Aha. And I must have missed some pretty easy ones in the last one. Is this the only thing to interact with? I think so.
It says...
So far there haven't
water
been
and
really
ideas
too many
flow,
wrong answers,
love
so...
is born.
More metaphors, huh? It must be some kind of hint, like last time.
There's the symbol.
It's
Is it
a
like...
hand. And this.
The non-upal X symbol.
I remember Tokiko mentioning it.
I'm curious about the water and ideas flow part.
Anyway, let's check inside.
Yeah, if we get stuck, we can read the hint again and figure it out.
How do I... Oh, do I just follow the... It's taken me to this one, so...
How should I check? High five?
When in Rome. How about making the same hand sign?
It lit up.
This world is alive. Do you understand?
So true. So true, Queen.
Was that Tokiko's voice?
It sounded like she was talking to someone.
I'm trying to join the Knives Outlaws. Okay. Tokiko has shitted and farted and cummed. Now let me get this. Where is the mecca of otakus? So what if I just answer wrong? Big sighty? Yeah, well that's not what I wanted, but we're still fine. Oh, is there a different stream now? Yeah.
Leaving. What's up, babe?
Alright, I'm back. Friend just stopped by real quick to say hi. I guess this is where it brought me, so this is probably the right one.
It's silent.
Tokiko's voice?
I wonder who she's talking to. She can't be talking to herself.
So where's the third one? Is it over here? I can't really see it. There's like, oh wait, here it is. Wait. Yeah. So it's this one. What lock are we at right now?
Let's transcend this world together.
Wait, she must be talking to...
Ryuki, look! Outside the window.
Shoma?
Do you think Shoma is not that comedian's son?
What's going on?
Maybe there's a different reason Gen hides his face or something. I'm trying to think about why these two characters would be related to her.
So she does have a relationship with Shoma.
Maybe what we heard earlier was for Shoma too.
Love is born.
Let's think about it later. Look at that. It looks painful.
I have a bad feeling about this. Follow it.
Where did it go? Is it here? Am I trolling? I literally zoned out. I'm assuming
You
it
have
was here.
3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
This is a deep hole. I better be correct. I think we're okay though. Are we on the last lock? Yeah. So we probably have like 2 more things to do. So we should have plenty of time. Okay, yeah, this is the correct way. Why is she T-posing, dude? Okay.
It's the same room again, but vertical?
This is really messing with my sense of balance. How far does this room even go?
Another book. Hopefully this is the last.
Dude, I hate the high-pitched noise.
It says, when the eyes are met, death is born.
Death? Tokiko is getting more and more suspicious.
Maybe our focus should be on eyes. The book and an eyeball.
Do you think that's what is meant by eyes are met?
Maybe it's talking about me.
You are an eyeball. Tama, why don't you lock eyes with it?
Are you trying to kill me? It said death is born.
Then, when the eyes are met is... a big
Eyeball B.
Like I said, so what's it gonna be?
Oh, probably flip. I didn't see where the other eyeball was, but... Oh. Alright, well.
I set the eyes to face each other.
Yeah, no shit. Blank, it seems Tokiko's blank. So far, I gotta say these text things have not helped. Book C. Oh, there's more eyes. Okay, let's flip this one.
An eyeball.
I am curious what poke eyes does, but I can't do that.
Is this what eyes meeting means?
Ryuki, less than 2 minutes left. Be careful.
It's a red book of nice teachings.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to...
It's filled with eyes.
I keep trying to press space to... Hang on. What was the initial thing? It was... I'm so sorry. This camera angle is directly in her gussy. Can we just read it now? I'm a little confused. Which one was this, the book? I just need to see the thing again.
When the eyes are met, the eyes...
Maybe we need to point them...
And there was that red book, right?
According to what we've learned so the hint here has...
If we get the eyes to meet...
I wonder what'll happen.
Okay, so I just have to I just have to look at the books. God damn it,
When the
I
eye,
keep pressing space to get up.
That and that one.
the red book had an eye symbol on the left and right page.
If we touch the pages, wouldn't that be eyes meeting?
So you think?
Yeah.
So change the direction of.
You have less than a minute left.
We
Hurry.
might still be okay. I just can't do it again. Okay, so let's just go touch the book. I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna go interact with the books, but it's fine. We know what to do now. Hopefully we have enough time.
30 seconds left.
Also that.
A red book.
Well, we want to close it,
Got
I
it.
think. Oh, those were pages. Okay, that part I didn't understand. Hopefully we don't have to walk over to that. Okay. I think we should be okay as long as there's only like one more action.
The eyes meet.
We're getting there. Okay. Fuck. Do I just... Oh, I have to close all the books. Oh, shit. I think I'm just dead. Oh, dude, interacting with the book by accident like 3 times really fucked me. Yeah, I just have to restart. That's annoying.
So she does have a.
It's just
Maybe what we
fucking
heard
because
love-
spaces interact
Let's
for
think
some
about
reason.
it later. Look at.
Alright, what part are we at? I can't skip this for some reason.
It looks.
I have a bad follow it.
Wait. Oh, right. Okay, I forgot about this part. I wish I could, like, fast forward this.
You have 3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
So now I don't even have to read the initial book, because I already know what to do. Unless I have to trigger it, but... We should be fine this time.
How?
Let's skip that. Okay. No, you do have to read it. Okay. That's fine.
A big.
Like I said. So what?
So let's do the big book last and see if that works.
The red. This.
Are these also gonna give me? Okay, no, I just wait, hang on. Let me look at this again. Maybe open it?
I'm gonna open it. There are eye symbols on the left and right pages.
That's it?
Yep, that.
It might be related to when the eyes are met.
Okay.
It's a red book.
It hasn't.
It's.
Okay, so no, closing it in general.
Got
I'll
it.
just have that one.
This should do it.
Yeah.
Ryuki, less than 2 minutes left.
I'm
Be
aware.
Careful.
I really don't have to do a lot more.
An eyeball.
Flip that son of a bitch. I probably should have tried to poke it just to see what happens.
A red book.
Oop. Wait, hang on. Oh, right. No, you don't have to get the thing twice.
A
It
red
just
book.
stays gotten.
Got
Is that all of them?
a
Okay,
new-
yeah.
When the eyes are Tama.
I pressed space again. Listen, I'm sure someone's enjoying this angle. It's just, I have to do it.
It's a new book of nice teachings. This time, it's closed.
Times 9. Probably do that one?
Huh? A mirror?
God damn, 4 honkers? Oh. Hopefully we only have one more prompt to interact with, because we really can't afford the time. A times 9? Dude, I hate this white noise. It's actually, like, giving me brain damage. It's like I got hit with a fucking stun grenade.
What was that?
So many
What was that?
people. What is Tokiko thinking?
How do we still have more to do? I'm only gonna have to, like, interact with one more prompt, surely, right? Like, I ain't got the time. Unless there's, like, a 1-second prompt that I can waste the times 9 on. That's usually what happens when they give you, like, a crazy one. Just jump.
So you want me to dive in again?
Tama, go!
You have less than a minute left.
Alright.
Hurry!
We love the Gussie angle.
Thought I was gonna fall forever.
You got some balls, Tama.
Thanks. But there's nothing here.
Doesn't look like we can learn anything here.
Hmm? That's...
Okay. That is
At
a
the
comically
end of
large
an
book.
incomplete world, truth is born.
This is some crazy sync shit. Scrying blood? Or whatever the red water is. I kind of want to be out of here so I stop hearing this high-pitched noise. So true, Queen.
Non-Nupal X. There's something there.
Let's go.
30 seconds left.
Hopefully we can get there in time. It's quite far away. There's not like a trick or something, right? No, we just gotta get there.
Ryuki, you're out of time.
Am I just like fucked? What's happening here? Are you serious?
It's almost time,
Huh? Already? Tokiko.
What the fuck? Why was that so far away? What the hell was I supposed to do? There's like nothing I could have done there. Maybe I should start from here? I might have to start from here. Ugh, I don't... Unless there's something I missed, but I don't think so.
I can't really make out what happened, though.
That's
Just
annoying.
maybe-
Alright, dude, I already saw this. Come on. Why can't I skip this?
Do you see it? Let's.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I'm actually good. This is fucking bot account. I'm sure that that website is super not sus. And I'm sure that that promo code is very cool. But get out. Don't come back. See you in hell. Okay. It seems like the Tamagotchi exists across playtime as well. Alright. Which one is this? Alright, we gotta read the book first. I did maybe take some extra time with this one. It's this skull right here, though. We're just gonna speed run.
Ryuki, you have 5 minutes remaining.
Alright, I have to do this first. And I think it's this one.
How should I?
When in Rome.
I already did this.
Huh?
Anyway.
Unless there's an order to them and I'm trolling. I don't think so, though. No, it's definitely that one. No, it's this one, okay. Did I fuck something up? Did I not do this one? Oops. Maybe I didn't? I don't know. Maybe I did a different one, or maybe I did it the wrong way? I don't know what just happened. Alright. I think we're definitely
4 minutes remaining.
better on time than we were, so... There's at least that. I think we just need to have a bunch of time at the end, so that way we can make it to the thing. I think that's the thing. Which is kind of fucked up, but... I did troll a little bit during these segments. Alright.
A big.
I guess so. What?
Okay.
It's a red book.
It hasn't.
It's fit.
We don't want to do that yet.
An eyeball.
You have 3 minutes left. Get it together, Ryuki.
A red book.
Minus 15? Sure.
Got it.
Yeah. Time uses negative effects. Alright, and then we have to do the other book. Close this one.
A red book.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about
Got
that.
it.
Just gonna take that one. Alright. Okay, this is here.
It's a new.
And then... Is there a way to not make it take 18? I don't think so. I think I have
It's
to. Where am I? Oh.
Ryuki, less than 2 minutes left. Be careful.
Alright. I had way less time when I got here last time, so I think we're good. We're really getting the Gussie angle, I gotta say. This game really knows who its audience is, huh?
You have less than a minute left. Hurry!
I know. Jesus Christ, dude. This book is so far. Oh my god. I'm gonna make it.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm aware, dude. Have you seen how far the book is? There's not much I can do about it. How can we not interact with it yet? Jesus.
I'm going to. Is it some kind of planning sheet? It says Nirvana Initiative.
That's the subtitle.
Nirvana Initiative.
No good. There's too much blacked out.
Come on. Isn't there anything else?
Ryuki, we're almost out of time.
Wait. Try reading more of it.
Pewter, please.
I see. "30 eyeballs gained. Achievement unlocked. Nirvana. Like the band. Very interesting, Tokiko. Very interesting indeed."
Miss Shigure, I've taken a look inside your mind, using this machine.
Tell me about... Okay, I got so many questions. Let's start with
Do you
Gen.
know someone named Gen Ishiagane? He appeared in your dream. Shoma Enda. I know you know about him. Can you tell me about your relationship with him?
She's really not going to say anything.
The Nirvana Initiative. Is it some sort of plan?
Okay.
I haven't seen her. She probably hasn't arrived at Abyss HQ yet. You don't have to explain. The images shown in Somnium are all displayed here in the control room.
Okay.
Tokiko Shigure is not a suspect. We can't detain her without clear grounds to do so.
So we have to release her. I guess we have no choice.
She really was just like, nah, I'm good.
It seems you have many questions for me, but I apologize. I'm afraid I have prior engagements. Could you please visit me at my office again at 10 o'clock tonight? I would be happy to share more information with you then. Now,
We still haven't
if you'll
gotten to the
excuse me.
thing where he was like drinking himself under the table for. Something's gotta happen. And maybe it's related to the Nirvana Initiative.
Wait, where's Pewter?
He went to see Tokiko off.
I see. So, What do I do now?
Figure that out yourself.
Oh, he pancaked. Has to tie me up in tortoiseshell rope binding. I think that's it.
That yesterday. No more for a while.
Why not? Come on, just a little bit.
My man. Become a Major League Baseball
I'll
player.
become a major leaguer.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh my god, her eyes. Pancake?
You think this is a damn joke?
What?
A pantying?
And that Somnium and Shoma did too.
So Tokiko definitely knows them, and yet...
Could you please visit me at my office again at 10 o'clock tonight?
Tama, what time is it now?
A little past 1300. We have almost 9 whole hours until the appointed time.
Jesus.
Anyway, let's talk to Gen and Shoma. Where are they now?
Well... I can't track down either of them. Either their phones are out of battery, their GPS is off, or they're somewhere without any signal.
That's very sussy.
Then we'll have to take a guess. Maybe Shoma is at school.
No, he hasn't been there in a while.
He hasn't been going to school?
It seems not.
Well, I'll get to that later. So then Shoma must be at home.
Yes, he really loves this Ferris wheel too.
At the rooftop amusement park at Misatan.
Gen is probably at his restaurant, or the warehouse district at the port. He once told me he loves the warehouse district, and that he goes there all the time to look at the sea.
Isn't that where a lot of bad things happened?
So we have 4 destinations to check. Let's get moving.
Aye aye, Captain. I would guess that the kid's probably there. That's my guess. I don't think we need to go to the places that they're probably not. He'll probably just be like, oh, have you seen them? And be like, oh yeah, they're at the amusement park. Those people look like characters.
Looks like Shoma isn't here.
Right.
So maybe he's at home.
I don't know. Anyway, no point in staying here. Unless you're planning on doing a ritual to summon
That's not how that works at all.
Maybe another time.
Let's go somewhere else.
Winride. Those people look like characters, maybe not. Alright, let's go to his house. Let's just get him out of the way first.
Shoma, the director of Horodori Institute, Chikara
Why are you asking me? Of course I know. A killer calling himself Terror.
So he was just here.
But he hasn't been caught yet.
That's why I want you to help me. Help me uncover Terror's identity.
This is not really why we came here.
I'm sorry, but please don't ask about my dad. I don't want to be reminded of him.
Okay.
I had my phone turned off.
Why?
Because there was no reason to turn it on.
I heard you haven't
That's
been going...
sussy.
If you don't mind, could you tell me why?
I do mind, but can't you tell? I'm all alone, just like that Jin person.
Jin?
I read about it online. He had been sick for a long time. I don't know what his condition is called or whatever, but it was some sort of chronic disease. He was sick since he was young. Stayed in the hospital for a long time, didn't have any friends. According to the article, he took his classes from the hospital. I felt bad for him. One is lonely enough as it is, but he's only one half.
Okay.
What?
Tokiko. Tokiko Shigure. I think you might know her. Then what about NICE? Tokiko is the president of NICE.
Why does that matter?
It matters. Terror is definitely related to the QR video. There's a high probability that the video was made by Tokiko, who's the president of NICE.
So what? Leave me alone, please. I just want to be left alone.
Jeez.
I don't know much about that video. I barely even watched it.
Video is kind of
I
fucking
only
radical.
know about Bats 490.
That reminds me, you haven't told me the details of Bats 490 yet. The rumor is, people who decoded that video message have gone missing, but they all left behind the same clue. I've learned the secret of the world, but you haven't disappeared. Why?
Don't ask me. All I did was decrypt the code. I didn't go anywhere. The only thing I know for sure is that Bats 490 is an ARG. is just a game, but the Nirvana trial, on the other hand...
Nirvana trial?
It's a video that's been going viral.
Okay.
It was uploaded to ViewCube first.
Another YouTube video.
And then it blew up from there. A bunch of people who watched it have gone missing.
Ryuki, I found the video. Do you want to see it?
No, I'll watch it later.
I feel like we should watch it now.
Just so I have the facts straight, this is completely different from the QR video and Bats 490, right?
I already told you. Bats 490 is just a game. No one really went missing, and it had nothing to do with the secret of the world. But the Nirvana trial is different. It's not just a game. It's real. There's something seriously messed up about it.
You've seen it?
No, I was too scared. But people are going missing, one after the other.
Tama, any information on these missing people?
There are about 90,000 people who go missing in Japan each
Alright,
year.
well.
That means, on average, about 1,730 people go
That's a
missing
lot.
each week. This week, there have been 1,880 missing persons reports filed. That's 150 more than the average, but I can't say whether that's related to the video or not.
That seems high, but I don't know. I don't know what the stats are.
Sorry, I
for
need
like
to go
America.
somewhere.
Wait, we're not done here.
You can keep the door unlocked. See ya.
Fuck, I didn't wink him. I should have winked him. Wink first, ask questions later. That's the new policy. Because I keep missing.
He actually left.
I keep missing our
What kind of person
our
goes
wink
out and leaves a
frames.
stranger in his home.
Nothing we can do. Looks like we'll have to get moving too.
Steal his shit. Fucking take his robot.
Ryuki, there's Doraemon inside the closet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go to Brahmin.
Oh, Mame is here too.
Mame's sus.
Why are you here?
There's something I wanted to ask Gen.
And what would that be?
Well...
Maybe she lost 50.
This isn't boss we're talking about.
Well, it's better than having loose slots in other ways.
So true.
What other way?
No, you know.
No, I don't.
I'm not sure why, but she seems to be a bit down today. I'm sure she'll be back to her usual self eventually. Please let her be for now.
It's all right now, because I am here.
I hate this. I hate this bit.
Half for all, we are full-time heroes.
Hey.
Oh, it just ran out of battery.
You're watching too much porn.
Don't you have a softer way of saying that?
You're watching too much porn.
That's not what I meant.
True.
Gen, do you know a woman named Tokiko Shigure?
Never heard that name before.
Really?
Yeah. Who is this Tokiko person?
The president of an ideological society called Nizen Laws.
Something
Or
sussy
Nice.
is happening.
Nice. You mean that secret society or whatever?
Yeah,
It actually exists? I thought it was just an urban legend.
I thought so too.
So what's that got to do with the case?
So I tried searching through Tokiko's memories using a certain device. While I was in there...
I feel like this isn't just like information you tell people on the street.
I see. But I'm telling you, I don't know this
I guess
person
it
you're
helps for
talking
the
about.
interrogation,
Could be
but
someone else wearing the same mask.
That doesn't sound...
It's also possible that Tokiko knows Gen, but not the
Yeah.
other way around.
that seems like it might be what's happening.
Is
here.
there anything you can tell me about the Nirvana initiative?
What is that? Is it some sort of plan?
Oh, she didn't like that.
I think so.
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Hey Ryuki, there's something bothering me. Something is wrong with Amame.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem very energetic today.
No, not that. Her heart rate jumped dramatically earlier.
Yeah, she also looked directly at us
Right when
and went
she
like,
heard the words Tokiko and Nirvana Initiative.
What?
wink first, ask questions later. New policy. A little psych.
Okay,
Psychotic?
Everything will be fine.
What was that?
I don't know.
Do you know Tokiko? Mame, do you know something about the Nirvana initiative?
Man, nobody wants to talk about the Nirvana initiative, dude. I want to talk about it. It's a title, it's a subtitle of the game.
There's something I want to ask Mame. How do you think I can get her to talk to me?
Let's see. Amame likes trivia, so maybe if you frame your question like a quiz.
Who doesn't like trivia, let's be honest.
Quiz. Hey, Mame.
What kind of pan?
What kind of pan can you not cook with?
The answer is simple. Panties.
Oh, come on.
What's your type? No need to be human.
The last man on Earth heard a knock on his door. Who was it? No good, huh? The answer was a woman.
Nope, that's wrong too. The answer is LGBTQ+. You're sorely mistaken if you think there are only men and women in this world, dumbass.
Damn.
A bat and a ball together cost 110 yen. The bat is 100 yen more expensive than the ball. So,
wait,
how
I
much
missed the
does
initial.
ball-
The bat is 100 yen more expensive than the ball? So the ball is 10 yen? Is that? Oh. I see. Wait. Oh, I see. Damn, that got my ass, dude. Probably more expensive than Ryuki's bat and balls. So true. That actually got my ass. That's a good
The highest
one.
mountain in the world is Mount Everest. But what is the second highest mountain?
K2.
I wasn't asking you.
Well, he's right, you know. Alright, well, that didn't get us anywhere. Why wasn't he like, what's your favorite initiative?
I'm at a loss. Oh, I know. Maybe if you play that song.
What song?
One moment, please. I'll get it ready.
Jens is like a chill guy, dude. He's just helping us. He's really singing, huh? They're really doing the song thing this game. He's so horrifying. He's like, my face is so horrifying, I will put on an equally horrifying mask. Mm. She's, I think, the best singer that I've heard so far of the people who have sung in these games. Iris was awful. The girl before was better than Iris, but not as good as this. This feels like it's actually like a somewhat real song. I know they're like translating Japanese lyrics into English lyrics, but like those other songs, man. That one was not bad. She did a good job. I think they're just using the voice actresses as the problem. So like not all of them can sing, which is fine. But maybe you shouldn't do that.
Thanks, Genny. think I feel a bit better.
That's good.
Looks like Amame is back to her usual self.
Thanks, Gen.
Yes, I'm doing prep work for tonight. I can't make the dishes in advance, so I have to start from scratch every day. It's doing all right. I can only do what I can to make my customers happy.
But you don't want Matsushita Diner to show you up, right?
Of course not. Did I say something like that before?
Yeah, I think you did.
I have fond memories of the warehouse district. I go there every morning and...
You always stop by there after stocking up at the market, right?
Do you go buy stock every morning?
Yes, since I can't store meat or fish in the freezer.
And the freezer in the back doesn't open anymore.
Oh.
Why not?
I can't find the key.
The freezer
That's
is locked?
extremely suspect.
Yes.
What?
Though I can still use the refrigerator, so I'm able to manage for now.
Gen's in the kitchen cooking. He is snacking. What was that song?
I was going through a very painful time of my life. It was so bad that I didn't even want to go on. Then, Genny played that song from earlier.
You mean he wrote it?
Well, yes.
The title is The Flower That Blooms in Snow. He
What a
recorded it on
prodigy.
a cassette and gave it to me as a present.
Wow. What a
Is
dad.
that-
It's a portable cassette player. Are you familiar
I
with
am.
them?
This is my first time seeing one in person.
A
It's
Vogue
a
man.
Walkman, right?
I always have the cassette player on me with the tape inside.
Wow, impressive. I didn't realize that not only are you a...
Oh shit. Sorry.
This is a bit embarrassing.
That's Chad-like behavior.
It
He's
was
gonna be
nothing.
evil for sure.
Did you get jilted or something?
No, I just lost 50,000 yen on pachinko.
See?
You can't be serious.
There's no way that's true.
I only know her name from the internet. I just love stories about the occult and conspiracy theories. And when I looked up Nyes, that name came
This
up.
can't be true, right?
Then what about the Nirvana initiative?
I read about that on the internet too. It was on an occult news site. Supposedly, there's some sort of sinister plan by that name. But that's all that was written about it. Really, I'm telling the truth. Trust me.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see that. I'm gonna pretend like we're just gonna ignore that.
We didn't get leads despite all that
We're gonna
time
pretend that
spent
she's
here.
not like that. She's not someone who says words like that.
Neither of them had any
Or else
information.
I will
until
just hate her forever, and we don't want that to happen. So
But
we're
if
just gonna
that's
ignore it.
true,
We're gonna give her the
why was
pass
Gen
just
in
this one
Tokiko's
time.
Somnium?
Anyway, we can figure that out later. Let's investigate somewhere else for now.
Like where? What the fuck is Yoyagi Park? I mean, we might as well go to the warehouse district. Oh, that's the park we were in earlier, isn't it? The one that has all that nature, quote unquote. This is where it all went down. Who the fuck is that?
Ryuki, why are we here?
Remember how I said before?
Oh wait, that's
that
the
I like
hooded
nature?
person, isn't it?
The sea is also a part of nature. By the way, Tama, look over there.
So it's not Mame, so it can't be.
That's...
You know them?
Oh, no, not really. I've just seen them around before.
Dressed kind of strangely, don't you think? Maybe they're coming back from a cosplay
It's a
event.
fucking Akatsuki member, dude.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, do you have a minute?
You.
Let's hit the wing.
What's going on? What could he be plotting? None of your business. I don't need to tell you anything. Nothing.
Do you think it's like Mizuki somehow? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
You're beginning to annoy me. Would you please leave?
Annoy you?
Fine. Then I will take my leave instead.
I don't know. I assume that
The day to take action is approaching.
they did x-ray her and say it was a
I
girl.
must stop the plan.
Stop what?
You think it's
There she
Mizuki from
goes.
the fucking future or
What was she
something.
talking about?
I don't know.
That's probably what
Cosplay
it
band,
is.
maybe?
True, the cosplay band.
I've never heard of a plan like that.
Then maybe it's a family plan. Whatever the case, I think it's clear that that woman isn't all there. Let's forget about it. More importantly...
On to the next place, huh?
Ryuki, you look tired. Are you okay?
After all that, we haven't made any progress at all. It takes a toll, knowing you've wasted your time on a case like this.
Why don't you rest for a bit?
I plan on it. That's why I came here. This place is always therapeutic for me.
Oh.
Leon.
What's he
I forgot his
doing
name
here?
because it's strange.
Let's go find out.
Leon, isn't it like Leon Shining or something like that? Or it was something like that.
Oh, it's you. I was watching the sky.
This guy's gonna be important.
Yeah, like I told you, I've dreamed about being up in the sky since I was a little kid. I always wanted to be a pirate.
You mean pilot?
Oh, this? It's Alfred. Non-alcoholic beer.
Alfred. It's O'Doul's.
I really love this drink. It was in that vending machine, so I got
What a
one.
Chad.
I like this part. It's quiet, peaceful.
Wow, we have so much in common.
clean.
I know the feeling.
It's the perfect place to be left alone with your thoughts.
I agree, but what were you thinking about?
Oh, I agreed to do it on the spot, but no, I'm not sure if it was the right choice. I've been wondering if I should have refused instead.
What was the request?
Can't tell you that. It's confidential.
Interesting. Wink him. Wink his ass.
Well, I don't know the situation exactly. You want to get inside that facility and take a look around. Maybe there's something there. Though I didn't see anything last time I was there.
Facility.
Oh well. I'll accept your request. So stop making that face, alright? Cheer up, please.
Was it Mame? Or maybe Mizuki? Mizuki does the puppy dog eyes.
By tonight, he must have meant today. The night of the 12th, right?
It could have
I would
been
assume so. He did
Kizuna
say
as
he just
well,
had the
but
request.
he wasn't reacting like it was, so...
Who did it come from?
I can't tell.
My guesses would be Mizuki or Mame. Could be anyone.
Anyway, I'll be going now. Looks like you've got a lot on your plate, but try not to overdo it. See ya.
By the way, Ryuki, about the Nirvana trial.
Now that you bring it up, we haven't watched the video yet.
Wanna watch it?
Yeah, play it.
What?
I'm sorry. Can you please play it for
Did
me?
I miss dialogue options in that last thing? I was kind of
Very
like
well.
expecting, because I didn't ask him about the Nirvana trial, right? Alright. Every time I see this, I'm like, this is something MatPat would make a video on. That's how rotted my brain is. Okay, whoever's making these videos is clearly the same person. Oh wait, man robs ghost? Is what that said? Man robs ghost. Hang on, let me write that down. That could be like that could be like what do you call it? Like you rearrange the letters or whatever. It's not an anagram, is it? It's like a fuck. What is it called?
Hey, Ryuki, are you okay?
Uh-oh. Okay, we're doing this again. Clearly this, like, says something, right? Because... maybe I should try and translate it with my... hang on, I'll work on that right now while this is happening. I should be able to, like, Google photograph it.
What? What? It can't be. How? Why is it suddenly nighttime?
Don't you know? The Earth rotates toward the east, so...
Translate. Fuck, do I need, like, the specific app? Google Translate.
What was I doing all this time?
You've been standing there? Like an NPC that froze up.
True. NPC energy.
Hey, what happened?
Camera. Okay, hang on. Let's... maybe if I do it like this, it'll... okay, well, it's not Spanish. That's the first issue. Is it... hang on. Oh, I think I had it on the wrong setting. That's why. Hang on. I'm not getting very good results. I feel like this is not... it might just be gibberish. There's no way it says dong.com. Net entertainment? This is not really working. I don't know if sideways work. Can I... Dong online, dude. What if I use scan first? Is that... I know this isn't like the most accurate app probably, but... that did not work. I don't know if this is gonna work. It might just be nothing. It would make me feel better if I checked though. Okay, I see the graveyard is a graveyard, a graveyard, a graveyard, a graveyard, a graveyard. It's a good idea, it's a good idea. Okay, so it might just be like... it might just be meant to be like repeated like phrases or something like that. Something like that.
That's what I'd like to know.
It could just be
I
nothing.
watched that video and then I came to, and now...
I feel
What
better
time is it,
checking
Tama?
though. 'Cause they're
21:30.
leaning into like the ARG kind of stuff, so...
Could you please visit me at my office again at 10 o'clock tonight?
This is bad. We need to hurry.
I can't believe he's that. Like, a limousine is not the optimal form of travel. Like, it's just not. If you're literally like just you, because your AI is, is she cut in half?
No.
Okay, but see, remember earlier she said I wouldn't care if I died,
Can't be.
because I can just be brought back.
This can't be happening.
You should talk to Mamoru before checking the body.
Wink him.
Daddy's job is to help someone very important. I assist and protect that person from harm. Yeah, Daddy's a professional.
Looks like
Daddy
he's not the
fucked up.
culprit.
Yeah, I think we can strike him off the list of suspects.
Oh wait, hang on, hold that thought. The murder can wait. That's retirement home harem love comedy. How is that loving? Alright, fine. Let me save the game. I feel like I haven't saved manually in a while, just in case.
The president informed me that you'd be here at 2200, so I let you through into this room. Then...
Holy shit.
I think it was around 1400. The president got back from seeing the police, returned to this room, then... I haven't seen her since. I'm not always in the president's office. I'm usually on standby in the room outside. I only come here when called.
Tokiko has been in this room since 2 p.m.?
She should have been, yeah.
Has anyone entered or left the room?
No one.
Is it possible that someone was in there before 2 p.m.?
No. I'm sure you're already aware, but the security here is incredibly tight. There are security cameras all over the stairs and corridors, along with the elevator and outside the door. It's impossible to get in without getting noticed.
Ryuki, I checked the data on the security cameras. It's true that no one entered this room other than Tokiko.
Interesting. So she did it herself.
Left it either.
To prove a point or
Yeah,
something, I
that
guess.
door is the only way in or out. Of course not. Who'd put a security camera in their own room?
What do you mean, who? That's a smart thing to do.
Anyway,
For
I need to
situations
report
like
to the people at
this.
9.
Very well. Please don't let
Don't say,
anyone
of
out the
course
building."
not. Do you see what's happened?
Got it.
He's being pretty chill about this, I feel like. I mean, maybe it's his job, but...
How did this happen?
If I wish to do so, I can resurrect myself.
Yeah.
One thing is for sure, Ryuki, look around the room.
In other words,
There's never any
Tokiko
traces of
wasn't
blood.
killed here.
The culprit must have been Terror. He killed Tokiko somewhere else, then brought her right half here.
But how did he get in the room?
We don't know how he left either.
What if he's still in this room?
No, that's not possible. I checked with X-ray vision. No sign of anyone and no biological response.
What if he's not biological?
Then he had to have escaped somehow.
I suspect the culprit's escape route and way in were the same. So, Ryuki, we should know how the culprit got in once we learn how they got out.
Okay, let's investigate.
Alright, I gotta take another quick pee break.
Before we begin, I want to point something out.
Hang on, let's listen to her first.
The side with the window is the south,
Okay. And that's the north.
and the waterfall is to the north.
I know that. Why are you mentioning it?
Shut your mouth! It'd be a pain in the ass if we didn't know which way was which.
Okay. Why are you angry?
Just zip it and get working, alright?
Alright, I'll be right back. There it is. I figured out the unmute button. We got there. I still gotta click this anyway, though, so it didn't really matter. Alright. I think we're coming to the end here. Of this route or whatever. Because, well, like, it's weird because I don't know where we are, right? Okay. So, oh, that's the date. I didn't realize. Okay. Interesting. Oh, this has to be the Mizuki route then. Was this the one where we were both in there? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, because then we came out as him. Okay, I see. So that's gonna be the Mizuki route. And then I can't imagine there's gonna just be two routes. It's probably gonna like diverge. This one might diverge here, even. I don't know, or I mean maybe the next day.
You have the privilege of entering my room because you're special.
Oh, it's that thing, Tama. What is it again?
How am I supposed to know? The only thing I know is yours.
Give me some life advice.
Worried about work?
I'm a student.
Ah, worried about school?
I live in a society.
Oh, really? Worried about work?
That's right.
Overtime's rough, huh?
My job is unending.
That must be tough. That's because you're doing the job that someone else should be doing. But don't blame others for it. The more you struggle, the more it makes someone else happy. What goes around, comes around. Just believe in me. I promise.
This is weird. I don't like that this is like almost actual advice. Alright, anyway. Let's fucking investigate. Glass doll. Alright, I feel like it's gonna be relevant. Desk front. Waterfall. Wall.
Looks like the statue.
The room is inorganic as a whole, so this really stands out.
This
If you spin this around, a secret staircase from the floor
won't appear.
Damn. Let's check these, I guess. Just to be sure. It's probably, I'm gonna need to X-ray, but... Confirm the status of the corpse. There's a spot. Okay. I didn't realize, was there a checklist for the last one? I feel like I don't remember seeing that. Alright, well let's check the corpse. Oh, well there's a secret panel here.
There's something in...
It's a keypad for a pin code.
But this frame is on there tight. It won't budge.
Maybe there's some way to move it.
Oh.
What's this?
And 7 squares, too.
If you detected it with thermo mode, does that mean it's emitting heat?
It must have a heating wire or something embedded in it.
Interesting.
What is it?
Inside Tokiko's womb, there are traces of her having given birth.
What?
Though it wasn't recently.
Okay, so Shoma is her kid.
It has to have been more than 20 years ago.
Alright, well maybe not Shoma. Maybe Tough Guy?
Tokiko has a grown child?
Yes, but there are no records of this anywhere in the family
Maybe...
register.
Yeah, Tough Guy? Or Leon? Yeah, could be Leon. Who else? Who else is that age? Could be us, could be Ryuki.
She hasn't filed birth registration. and there aren't any records of it in any
I don't know who else. Maybe there's somebody I'm missing. Those are the only two I can directly think of. I'd like to look at the corpse, but it's like really hard.
It's Tokiko's right half. Just like before, the body appears to have been cut with the same instrument, and she was also bisected while she was still alive.
In other words, it's highly likely that it was the same killer.
Yes. That's why I said Terror is probably the culprit. The estimated time of death is approximately 3 hours ago, which would be around 1900 today. That's when we were at Yoyagi Park.
Interesting. Odd parts are buried inside the desk. What the fuck is that? Oh.
Wait, what's this?
Oh, this is like, you put the fucking non-upple symbol over it, and it gives you the code.
Plates shaped like numbers embedded in the board at the front of the desk. So you're able to see them by using X-ray like this.
It's as if this was prepared just for us. Who would do something like this?
Anyway, we can figure that out later.
I already know how to solve it. Well, I know how to get 4 of them. I don't know how to get all of them. It's something like that. Maybe I don't know exactly how. Oh, there's another wire here. Hang on. Hold up. What about that? Do I have to do the statue? Is that what it is?
There's something.
It's an infrared laser. Normally it wouldn't be visible, even with thermo mode. But this place is full of water particles. The light hits the water particles and disperses, making it visible to the human eye.
The light is shining toward the southeast. It's crossing the pond in a diagonal line.
And then it's crossing.
This one's aimed to the northeast, huh?
Okay. There's an unnatural reaction of matter somewhere below the floor. What the fuck does that mean?
There's something in the floor.
Maybe it's a rail? It's embedded in the floor.
Oh, that moves,
This
I
is
see.
probably an electromagnetic rail. It extends from the corner of the statue toward the pond.
The same kind.
It's even go.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we've investigated what we could for now. Now, let's get to solving the mystery.
How did the culprit get out of the room? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes. So let's begin.
It's got to do with this secret door, I would
The first
guess.
thing that comes to mind is that rail under the floor.
The electromagnetic rail.
The rail leads from the statue toward the pond.
Yeah,
Do you think the statue moves along the rail?
it's made of iron. So maybe it's pulled with an electromagnet.
It's probably operated with a remote control or something.
But I didn't find anything like that.
Then, please.
What should we do with the statue? Use
Tama,
magnet.
do you have a magnet?
No, I don't. Besides, can't move something like that with something as small as a portable magnet anyway.
Summon remote.
Hello? Come out, remote. Where'd you go? I won't.
Ryuki.
Why do remotes go missing all the time? No matter how many times you find them, they vanish within seconds.
That's so
I
true.
wasn't brought into this world just to look for remotes.
Let's calm down for a minute. You must have had a rough childhood. Take a deep breath. We can forget about the remote for now.
Use force?
Yes, we have no other choice.
So, let's get right to it.
Wait, don't actually move it until we're shooting.
What do you mean?
I mean, when we actually record this with the camera and complete the film.
Why are you like this?
Quiet! I the director, so you follow my instructions.
I
or I'll
couldn't tell
fire
what
you.
these like little things on the side were. I thought they were supposed to be like sweat drops, but I guess they're just staples or whatever.
This statue is the same as the one we saw earlier.
The underground rail leads toward the pond.
Which means...
Use force.
well, there's not much else we can do.
So, let's get right to it.
You little shit! Don't make me send you back to the green room, damn it!
Oh, right. We were still in rehearsal. I'm not supposed to move it until the shoot.
Yes, we don't want this important set to get damaged, right?
This is a set?
There was an input device behind this. You already know the numbers to enter, right?
Even if I did, I would need to be able to move the frame.
That's not what I asked. Do you know the code or not? In fact, I need you to know the answer. If you can't even solve this, you don't deserve to call yourself a member of Abyss.
So, can you tell me the numbers? It should be 7 digits.
What? Telling me you don't know?
No, that's...
Then spit it out already.
I don't know.
You quit.
You saw the non-equal X symbol using thermal mode, didn't you?
Yeah.
And
I
there were
understand.
16 numbers arranged in a diamond shape. You should be able to use those numbers to figure out.
Yeah, but how do I... Can I open the menu to do that? Like, is it in the log? How do I can't, like... Oh, wait, is it...
Worried about school? Yeah. Worried about education? Is that so? If this were an act game, you could remove all your equipment and die from taking one hit as a way to increase the difficulty.
An act game? Is that like an action game?
Same thing. Go to class naked. If anyone calls you out, self-destruct. I'm sure class
That's so
would be
true.
way more thrilling.
That's so true. Alright. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Is it just this here? There's 7 though. Oh, is it like maybe it's 3134005? Oh, wait, combining those. There's like no good way to like go back. Okay, wait, I see. So is it like combining those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it's 1, 4, 7, 9. 1, 4, 7, 9, 7, 4, 1. Okay, so it's 1, 1, 4, 7, 9, and then reverse. 1, 4, 7, 9. 1, 4, 7, 9, 7, 4, 1. Was that wrong? 1, 4, 7, 9, 7, 4, 1? How was that? 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 7, 4, 1? Is this not... That's what I did. One, two, three, four. How else would I combine them? Like, oh, like downwards, I guess. I guess that's what it wants me to do. So 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 6, 5. Let's try that. 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 6, 5. Nope. 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 6, 5. 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 6. Just checking again. Still not right. There's only so many ways I can combine this. Is it the reverse? Maybe it's right to left? Is it 5, 4, 6, 4, 4, 4? Wait. Is it 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 6, 5? Dude, what? Yes. 16 numbers placed in a diamond shape. This is correct. Combining those. Wait, you can't just combine them. Like, okay, like, you see the arrows, right? I already did this pattern. Did I do the math wrong? 4, 6, 2. Is it, oh, is it fucking multiplication? Is that what it is? Oh my god. It's because they're X's. It's multiplication. It just says combining, so I was adding them. Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, so, oh, god, what is it now? I hate this. This is the worst. One, it should have just let me do this before, and now it's doing it in, like, the worst menu possible. Alright, 4, 9, that's just 0. 4, 9, 0, 1, 0, 9, 5. 4, 9, 0, 1. 4, 9, 0, 1. There's like a gnat in my room. Alright, I got it now. 4, 9, 0, 1, 0, 9, 5.
Yeah? Good job.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
I mean, it's not like I actually checked. I don't know whether those numbers are correct or not.
The text was actually trolling. If I was just looking at the picture, I probably would have gotten it faster than the text saying combine.
Okay, the rehearsal is now over.
All I'm saying is combination implies addition.
It's time to start. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to start filming. Ryuki, you're going to play the fleeing culprit this time. The one who placed the right half of Tokiko's severed body here. You just finished a big job. You need to get out of here, fast. But if you leave the conventional way, you'll be spotted by the surveillance camera. Same thing for when you entered, too. The culprit used some special method to get in and out of the room. Now, I want you to consider the situation, and whatever you might be feeling, use it for your performance.
Hey, is it really necessary to act?
Shut up! Okay, here we go. Ready? Action!
I'm the one who killed Tokiko Shigure. I brought the body here for some reason. Now that I'm done here, I'm gonna leave.
Terrible acting, as usual.
Give me a break.
Okay, what did the culprit do first to escape?
Well, there's that electromagnetic rail in the floor leading to the pond. It pulls the iron statue with magnetic force. The culprit probably used a remote control, but I can't find it, so... I'll try forcing it!
Jesus, it's working. That's kind of horrifying.
Something happened.
It's because it touched the infrared laser from the southwest statue.
Okay, so the statue was moved so it would hit the laser.
What did the culprit do next?
He must have also moved this statue with a remote.
Okay, go.
The statue begins moving via the electromagnets. The culprit grins maniacally, his plan in motion.
Stop!
Hmm?
Can you not read the stage directions out loud? You're supposed to play the part of the culprit.
But what's the point of...
Don't talk back to the director!
Oh no! I need to hurry, or someone's gonna see me! Hurry! Hurry! Move already!
Good, Ryuki. That's it! That's the performance I wanted to see.
Jesus Christ.
But like I said, the culprit probably had a remote.
It's fine. This scene is where we show the screaming of the culprit's tortured heart in monologue.
Alright. This statue reacted to the laser too.
Now there's another code.
I see. So this is how it works. So I just need to enter the number from earlier, right? 490.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot we didn't actually put it in the first one.
5.
Oh, shit. The waterfall is parting. A hidden door. Revealing another hidden door. It's an elevator. What the hell?
Look!
A hidden door.
Interesting. I mean, I assume it's an elevator. It has the elevator button.
It's more than a hidden door. It's an elevator, see? There's a button pointing down next to the door.
True. That's what I said.
It's the highest floor of the building. Looks like this elevator is only for going down.
Let's try pushing it.
I'm pushing it? I'm pushing it? Let's go. I did that. Getting into a strange elevator is way worse than going through a strange door. What if the elevator just, like, kills you?
Used this elevator to bring Tokiko's right half into the room.
And he must have used the same method to get out.
But it would have to be someone who knows the secret route.
Must have been set up to return to their original positions automatically. Anyway, let's go down there.
Interesting.
What is this place?
This is a fucking underground lair if I've ever seen one. Holy shit.
It looks like we tunneled to the other side of the world.
You mean we're underground?
Yeah, more than 160 feet deep. Radio waves are completely cut off due to the depth. We can't connect to the network.
Interesting. So cell phones also wouldn't work. I must have estimated the depth by calculating the acceleration and the time spent in the elevator. Very cool. Thank you, Tom.
Anyway, let's start looking around.
A
Maybe
cube.
we'll find some sort
Do you
of
know
clue.
who else is very cube-like? Perhaps even their head? Interesting. I don't... Odin can. When will he evolve? Maybe... Maybe he needs a different stat, because there is one that's locked off. Maybe he can't be impish. Maybe he has to be one of the other three. I'm not sure. Alright. What's in the box?
What's this? It's mechanical.
Is that a flamethrower?
Some sort of device, maybe?
Can't you analyze it?
Not from here, no. At the very least, it doesn't seem to be explosives or poison gas.
You mean it's safe to open?
Probably.
Okay.
It's a box. There was a strange device inside.
Okay, so we can't open it right now.
This is kind of creepy.
Maybe it's a pedestal for performing some sort of ritual.
Like offering a sacrifice.
Oh, wait, this is the place from... I just remembered when we synced with Ryuki.
It's not an ironing board, that's for sure.
Tokiko. She said Nyes isn't a religious group. But this is clearly...
It's definitely got some cold vibes going on.
Why did they put 3 here, but then they like... Okay. Okay. What else am I supposed to look at here? The hell's that back there? I have to look at the braziers. Oh.
A nice symbol here, too.
The non-upal X.
The non-upal X. What am I not seeing?
Sand is coming down from above.
Looks like the ceiling has degraded. I hope it doesn't come down on us.
Okay. I really needed to know about the ceiling. Oh, maybe it does start coming down, because in the, in Ryuji's sink it started coming down, but maybe that's just a...
Yeah.
Like a side thing.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, just a hunch.
It should be fine. You said it's safe to open.
I did add probably.
Still, we can't just not check it.
What if this is gonna cave in the roof?
Can't get the treasure unless you lay the dragon, huh?
That's not what they say.
There's so much wrong with that statement. But yes, that's the idea.
I'd fuck a dragon for some treasure.
What was that sound?
Ryuki, a biological signal has been detected. They're somewhere close.
What the hell?
What the?
What?
Why do you look like that?
What do you mean?
Anyway,
Do they have eye screaming device? Whatever the reason, I'm sure the actual reason is so they're obscured, because they're probably the like final culprit. I wonder if they actually don't have shoes on. Are they actually naked? Damn, Ryuki, okay. What the fuck? Oh, shit. I forgot there's QuickTime events in this game.
There's another one!
What happens if you fail one, I wonder? Controlling down? That was crazy. How many torches does this motherfucker have? Were they pulling them off the wall, or did they just have a backpack full of lit torches?
Hey! I said stop!
That is insane that that exists. They're cardboard boxes, you'll be fine. That is insane. Why did this motherfucker have a Squid Game bridge? He really lost the tug of war, huh? Farewell. I mean, he doesn't die 'cause we're talking to him. Currently.
Boss! I apologize for yesterday!
Ryuki, we wouldn't need police if an apology solved everything. I know you're doing your best on this investigation. Nevertheless, your screw-up yesterday really cost us. The investigation hasn't been proceeding like we hoped.
I'll make up for it! Please, give me another chance.
This reminds me of something. My daughter's been begging me not to decrease her allowance when she gets bad grades.
Okay, her daughter's gotta be like Mame or something. Didn't she say her daughter was like... How old did she say her daughter was? Hang on, let me wink her real quick.
I thought you were a bit more capable than this, Ryuki. I mean, I got chewed out by my higher-ups, too. After work tonight, I'm going to my favorite host club and taking every champagne bottle in there.
Based.
Your daughter. I'm still not used to hearing that.
Oh? Well, I guess it's true that I don't give off a maternal image. I haven't done anything motherly at all, really. My daughter just turned 18 last year, but she pretty much grew up all on
Oh,
me.
is that Kazuna, I wonder?
18? She's older than I thought.
You wouldn't think it looking at this figure, huh? She's a grown woman now. She's capable of handling her business.
I bet it's Kazuna.
Unlike a certain someone who gets overeager.
Because I don't think they
and
said
screws up big
Kazuna's last
time.
name, did they?
It's all right now.
Excuse me?
What I'm trying to say is, I'm motivated, so please let me stay on this case. I'll solve this case no matter what it takes. In fact, I'm the only one who can.
Look, you realize it was that kind of gung-ho attitude that led you to making that mistake yesterday, right? I understand you want to distinguish yourself, but you're biting off more than you can chew.
But I can't just stop now. I should be able to handle this better than anyone.
Ryuki, boss is right. You're getting too impatient. Your life isn't over because of one little slip-up. More importantly, you need to accept your faults and learn from
True.
mistakes.
Nothing other than what you already know. Oh, right, there is some news about the case. It has an official name now. The Half-Body Serial Killings. But that's pretty long, so we've just been
The
calling it
HB case.
The HB case.
Now you know how the media is. You don't solve this quick and they might end up calling you the half-brain investigator. So you'd better start getting things done, Ryuki.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand your enthusiasm, Ryuki. So I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself. I want you to continue investigating this case.
Thank you!
But I need you to follow orders from above.
Orders from above? What do you mean?
It's official. Kuruto Ryuki, you're being demoted to a police officer.
Damn.
What?
This is for yesterday's fiasco.
Wait, you mean like a normal cop? That's terrible! That's way too harsh!
However, I'll give you 3 days. If you can resolve the case within that time, I'll take back your punishment and you won't be demoted.
3 days?
Ryuki, we should look at this in a positive light. We can continue the investigation, and
That's
if we can
a-
solve it in 3 days, you can avoid demotion.
You know, 6 years later, something tells me that's...
We barely made any progress. How can I solve the case in 3 days?
Ryuki.
Demoted? Me? I'd rather be a bum on the
I don't like
street
that he
than
said
a
we barely
disgraced
made
cop.
any progress. We made a good amount of progress,
Ryuki.
okay? We
Oh,
solved
and
like 3
the
murders.
communication system still
Well,
hasn't
solved mostly. We figured out how they were done.
So any data Tama obtains can't be uploaded to the cloud yet. So just like I said before, Tama's data will be lost if her body is damaged.
Something
Be
tells me that's
careful.
gonna happen.
You seem completely out of it.
Ryuki.
This is his fall into insanity.
Are you okay, Ryuki?
Yeah. I think the scenery helped me calm down a bit. But to think... Demoted. Me.
Her honkers are so big, dude. It's insane.
You still
Sorry.
have 3 days.
They still
If you don't
take...
solve
Whenever
the
she
case by
shows up,
then-
it just takes me aback. Like, holy shit.
It's impossible. I can't believe I was told this today, of all days. Today was the day I lost my other half. I had a younger twin brother.
Okay,
He had
well...
a strong sense of justice.
That's a new character who's being added into the mix
Whenever
that it
he
could
saw
be.
evil, he would stand up to it, face it head on, no matter what. That's just the kind of guy.
Because he could just be not actually
His dream was
dead.
to become a detective and help bring all the dangerous criminals in Japan to justice. My brother and I were really close, and we hung out all the time. It was like he was another me. But on that day, 6 years ago, my brother and I were in the city, and we happened to see a wanted criminal.
Okay.
I called the police right away, but the culprit tried to flee on a big trailer truck. He was about to get away, so my brother tried to stop him, and he ended up in front of it, and...
Death of little brother. And it's just a fucking splat on an 18-wheeler. That's so rough.
Crushed half his body.
Is that how you lost your eye?
This is the watch he was wearing. His time has been frozen since, and I lost my other half. My brother died 6 years ago, on February 13th.
February,
Today
huh?
was the day. But I guess there's no point in me telling you all this. You already know my entire history. I hate the criminal that killed my brother. I wish I could catch him and rip him to pieces. And not just him. I hate them all. All the evil in this world. I hate it all.
Then, are you really going to give up now? If you give up, the evil wins. Miyuki, isn't there something you should be doing for your brother? Think about it.
Yeah, you're right, Tama. Thanks for reminding me of my promise to him. I'll become a hero of justice. That's why I decided to carry on his dream and be a police officer. If I fall into the bottom, I just need to crawl my way back up. I can't let it get to me now.
That's so true.
The reason I became a sinker at Abyss was so I could encounter the more vicious criminals. The foul, immoral kind that evade the law. Sinkers dig deep into their hearts and make them pay. That's my idea of a hero. I lost something of mine in order to become a sinker. One of my eyes. I had to extract my eye to become a sinker.
So you could transplant an AI ball. Me.
The surgery was last summer, right after I was assigned to Abyss.
Yes, so you and I have known each other for about half a year.
Oh, it's only been a half a
I've
year,
lost
okay.
many things along the way, but thanks to you going into my left eye, I feel like a lot of that emptiness has been filled.
Ryuki.
Tama, as long as you're with me, I can keep going. No, I have to keep going. For my brother, I'm going to catch the HB killer.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. We know that he
It's
doesn't.
time to pull myself together.
Well,
Get back to the
we know that
investigation.
at least there's like a copycat that happened.
So, got any new intel?
What?
I'm sorry. Do you have any new information for me, please, ma'am?
Yes, I do. I looked into Chikara Horidori some more and came across something fishy. Also, I found something interesting about Shoma.
Okay.
The location indicated in the hidden message in BATS 490 was a research institute. That's what Shoma said, right?
Yeah.
But it actually wasn't Horidori Institute. I read through a ton of speculation threads online, and none of them mentioned Horidori Institute.
Interesting.
Then where was it, really?
I don't know. All I know for sure is it wasn't Horidori Institute.
Then that means Shoma lied. I have to talk to him. Where's Shoma now?
I don't know. It looks like he turned his smartphone off. But we do have a lead. Remember what Komeiji said?
Yes, he really loves this Ferris wheel too. He's almost in middle school.
Yeah, last time we went there, he wasn't fucking there.
Ferris wheel. The one on the rooftop amusement park at Misa.
Chikara was doing some dubious research in the past.
His current research is pretty dubious too.
That's how to make his head longer?
Rewriting DNA to achieve
Or maybe shorter.
immortality.
It was even more questionable than that. Rumors say there were even human experiments involved.
Human experiments?
Anyway, word moves fast, and the research institute was temporarily shut down. This happened 9 years ago. During that time, Chikara went missing for a bit to avoid being investigated.
But what about the current institute?
It was reopened after things had settled down. Of course, that required a massive amount of funds, which was provided by Riichi Chieda.
Who the hell's
He's
that?
Chieda's father.
Oh. Oh, so we do know her last name.
Riichi Chieda is an extremely
Oh shit, he's
wealthy investor.
fucking rich, dude.
He's rich enough to be on the list of the world's most wealthy people. He's involved in a wide range of business ventures and holds many different titles. Investor, philanthropist, the founder of the Chieda Foundation, a university professor emeritus, a national goodwill ambassador. And after all that, he also became the chairman of a social welfare corporation, Iowan.
Iowan?
It's an orphanage. Seems that's where he is now.
I see. Well. Oh?
Wait. Before we go, you have a call from Iris.
Iris.
Oh, Ryuki? There's something I wanted to tell you about the case.
What is it?
Well, I'm sorry. Recording is about to start, so I can't really get into it right now.
Then why'd you call me?
Lemniscate later?
Lemniscate, the talent agency Iris belongs to. The building also has a small recording studio.
All right. I'll see you there later.
Okay, thank you.
Our destinations are decided for now, but
Nioen, Nisatan, and the third is Lemniscate.
there's one more place I'd like to go. Marble in Golden Yokocho.
Ah, Mama the informant.
There's Mama.
You suspect she might know something.
That's right.
Then let's get going.
Yeah, let's go.
I was wondering when Mama would show up. Well, let's start here, I guess. Because we have to wait to go to Lemniscate. Presumably. I am curious, the game hasn't, like, given me any paths besides the first one to split off, so I'm wondering when that's gonna happen. I assume it's gonna happen in, like, the real time, and then, like, these are both just, like, two
To question
prologues.
people for the investigation. Why are you two here?
Kizzy comes here to play with the kids sometimes. She really loves kids.
Yes, I find it quite soothing, and it energizes me.
I'm just tagging along.
That makes sense. Mizuki could probably fit in with the kids pretty good.
I feel like I just got insulted. Mind if I kick your ass?
Big Sis is quite popular with the children here. She played with them often when she was still living with Mr. Date as well.
That thing rules. That's a castle slide. Alright.
Indeed, we have been quite close. Some time ago, when I nearly got in trouble with some delinquents in town, Mr. Date saved me. Since then, I have been showing my gratitude with home-cooked meals, or booking a hotel room for him if he is unable to go home for whatever reason.
I guess you can do
when
that
we
because
got
you're,
in a
like,
big
rich.
fight and I kicked him out.
As we continue to interact, we have come to form a sort of mutually beneficial relationship.
You must like Mr. Date, Kizuna.
Yes, but merely as a friend.
She was pretty direct about it.
Yep. A vibrating bed of a man would never be a viable romantic candidate.
You mentioned you were questioning people. Is someone here related to the case?
I'm here to talk to your father, Mr. Riichi Chieda.
What? My father?
Yeah, I heard he's here.
He is, though I believe he is currently in a meeting.
I see. Then I guess I'll wait until he's done.
We did not get much of a chance to speak yesterday. For various reasons, I have been living with another girl since I was 9 years old.
Another girl? Not your relative.
No, we were not related by blood. We were the same age, but I referred to her as Big Sis. She was so beautiful, collected, and dependable. She was the spitting image of an older sister. There is something about Mizuki that reminds me of her.
Interesting.
I see. Beautiful and collected, huh?
Why does that look in your eyes offend me so much right now?
Is she not with you anymore?
When she turned 15, she was adopted, so we do not live together anymore.
Interesting. Keep that in mind. Write that down. That'll be on the test for sure.
It's all right now.
Okay.
What?
You just seemed kind of quiet, so I thought maybe you
I'm gonna
weren't
skip it
feeling
every
well.
time he does that.
But I'm always like this. Though, now that you mention it, I guess my old leg wound is bothering me a bit. Wait, where are you looking, perv?
Huh? You brought it up. By the way, is that a bullet wound?
Yeah.
Oh, she got... Yeah, okay, she did get shot in the leg. I thought so. Okay.
Doesn't it hurt?
No, not really. I got it 3 months ago, but I think the pain I felt inside was worse. Now I'll
I
be
thought
scarred
it
forever
was
because of
her.
that bastard.
Okay. I was gonna say, that was the only one that felt correct. What is common about internet idols? I want to say it. I really want to say it. Are we sure this is the right question? I don't know if this is the question that they asked. Oh no. This is the answer to a different question, dude. I really want to say it. Evolved to Mama-E. Oh shit. I became an adulty. Alright, we can reset. So Impish got us to the Mama path. Does it tell you like how you got there? A prankster adult and rich with love. Okay. Alright, well we'll just oops, didn't mean to do that. We'll just see where we're not at the point really where we have to like try to do different routes. We can kind of still just like run it. Shrimp are tasty. Alright. I would never answer that one different.
Oh, nothing. Being here takes me back.
What do you mean takes you back? You're like 12.
So what is it you wish to discuss?
Father.
And who is this?
Mr. Ryuki from the police. He is investigating the HB case.
I see.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Kuruto Ryuki from the Metropolitan Police Department. May I ask you some questions?
That's fine, but I don't have much time. I would appreciate it if you're quick about it.
You're Mr. Riichi Chieda, I presume.
Indeed I am.
An investor and founder of the Chieda Foundation, you're also the chief director of Iowan, and a major shareholder of Horodori Institute of Genetics, is that right?
And all of that has kept me quite busy. So, you already know all that about me. What more do you want me to say?
Oh, chill out.
This guy's a piece of work. He
Yeah.
obviously doesn't respect us.
I mean, he is one of the wealthiest people on Earth.
So what?
A police officer is probably like an ant to him.
Of course I know about it. One of the victims was from the research institute I invest in. I've suffered heavy losses because of it. It was quite the aggravating incident. As a citizen, I would like the police to resolve this problem as quickly as possible, before they waste any more of our taxes, that is.
Okay, dude, you don't get to complain about taxes. Let's ask about
Who's that?
Tokiko.
The president of NICE Japan.
NICE? I'm not familiar. I've never even heard of it.
Okay.
Jin Furroway. You mean the first victim? Of course I know of him. In fact, anyone involved in finance couldn't avoid knowing him.
Were you close with him at all?
Not particularly.
I checked. He and Jin had practically no contact with each other.
Okay.
What were you doing 2 days ago?
I don't know how that's something you
February 11th,
check, but I
around
mean, maybe
8
they
p.m.
didn't text each other.
And on February 9th at 6 a.m.
What is that supposed to be? Confirming my alibi?
Yes, well, it's only a formality.
I see the police have no problem wasting people's time. Well, fine. 2 days ago, I was having dinner with the Federation of Economic Organizations in Ginza. I was on a business trip on the 9th, and I stayed at a hotel in Kyoto.
Tama?
I just checked. He's telling the truth. He was spotted on surveillance cameras in each location.
Okay.
Well, he is the director of the research institute I'm funding. Or maybe I should say was. Either way, that was the extent of our relationship.
He was quite, well, an eccentric individual.
And I only invested in his work. I don't care what his personality was like. It doesn't concern me as long as it doesn't affect his job.
Was there any work-related trouble?
Not at all. You seem to be searching for a motive for me to kill Chikara. However, I gain nothing from his death. I have suffered nothing but losses because of this incident. In other words, I am a victim as well, and you suspect me of all people. The police in this country continue to prove their own
Alright,
uselessness.
dude.
Seriously, what is up with this guy? If only he didn't have so much authority, we could pin him and book him.
Well,
So
hold
true.
on. I understand you are the majority shareholder of Horodori Institute. As the de facto owner of the Research Institute, I'm sure you must know of its origins and insider information.
What are you trying to say?
Did you know all of this?
I did.
You provided the capital required to rebuild the Research Institute, did you not?
Yes.
Okay.
The gene therapy research that was being led by Chikara. That research had a great deal of value and potential. Even with all the advancements in this day and age, there are many people who are still suffering from incurable diseases. Not to mention all of the children who can't live a normal life due to the illnesses they were born with.
True.
I have seen the suffering of so many people. Precious to me. Chikara's research had the potential to help all of those people. It brought hope to humanity itself. It's certainly true that his personality and past weren't without issue, and I won't deny that the research faced criticism due to its radical nature. Still, if it can help alleviate the suffering of so many people, I wanted to put my support behind. In other words, I invested in the future that research institute could bring us.
Tama, is there anyone in Mr. Chieda's family that has an incurable disease?
No, and of course, he doesn't have one himself either.
Interesting.
His only daughter is completely healthy.
What about his
And
wife?
His wife, Kizuna's mother,
Okay, well,
passed
maybe it was
away
her.
long ago.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
No, it's just... Is this your first time here?
Kizzy's invited me a bunch of times before.
Big Sis is very popular among the children, and she is great at keeping them entertained.
I'm not as good as you, Kizzy.
I see. Feel free to come back anytime. Any friend of Kizuna is welcome here.
Ryuki, I just looked into Iowan. I came across some interesting information. 23 years ago, a child in their care went missing.
What?
The child was 6 at the time. His name was Uru Somazuki. It was reported extensively, but he still hasn't been found.
Wink him.
No matter how much wealth you have, there is a limit to the people
True.
you can save. How powerless I am. Perhaps it's necessary to be accepting of help wherever you can get it.
Interesting. That's Kizuna.
Mr. Chieda, there's one more thing I'd like to ask.
What is it?
It's about Uru Somazuki. You remember him, don't you?
Yes. I will never forget. The Iowan missing child. That's what the media called it back then. Was it a kidnapping or an accident? The case was never solved. And the child is still missing to this day. What a painful memory. It makes my heart ache.
Maybe that's why he hates police so much.
As the chairman, I take full responsibility. But wouldn't you agree that the police should take most
Yeah,
of the
there it
blame?
is.
After mobilizing so many investigators, they weren't able to find a single clue.
What do you think, Tama?
He has some personality issues, but he doesn't seem like an evil monster. It doesn't seem like he's lying either. Though, it is concerning that so many mysterious incidents have been happening.
It's a little sussy. He could be a member of Nye's. I wouldn't put it
Are we
past
done
him.
here? We've wasted enough
Maybe
time.
the Order of the Percent.
I'll be going now.
Still a dumb name, but...
Father!
I was like, why is he calling him father? It's because he wants to fucking marry his daughter.
Please! Let me marry your daughter! I swear I'll give her a good life! I swear it to the heavens! So please, please, give me permission to marry your daughter!
Kizuna, I'll be coming home later.
Yes. Goodbye, Father.
Wait! Please don't ignore me!
Kizuna, who is this?
A stranger.
Oh, wait! We met at Matsushina Diner 2 days ago!
You're that unemployed guy, Leon, right? Did you go to the unemployment office?
I'm gonna go tomorrow.
That's a no.
In other words, you're a leech on society.
Jesus.
I've never sucked anyone's blood.
I don't think he was being literal.
He's only been unemployed for like 2 days, right? Isn't that what he said?
Job, no education, no manners.
Oh my god.
Not to mention, you're drinking in the middle of the day.
Oh, it's non-alcoholic.
But this is non-alcoholic.
And you dare call me father. To put it frankly, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Oh
How
my
rude.
god.
I'm a human being, thank you very much.
True,
I am
get
not
him.
A pole vaulter.
Okay, well.
In any case, stay away from my daughter. Though it's not like she would give you the time of day anyway.
Whoa. Mean.
Wait!
This man He's down atrociously. You gotta respect it.
Really busy.
I don't think that was the issue.
Looks like he's feeling down, but his core remains undamaged.
His core, huh?
Oh, it's you again. You seem to show up wherever I go. Maybe we're connected somehow.
I would say so.
Not that I want to be connected with the dude.
Alright, dude, calm down. I know I'm handsome. What do you got to say,
Before,
Mizuki?
but this was my first time meeting Mr. Chieda. Though, that guy from Matsushita Diner is kind of a weirdo, isn't he?
Oh, you mean this guy right here?
He doesn't seem like a bad person, but...
Yeah, I agree.
That is how my father always is. Mr. Ryuki, is my father related to the case somehow?
It's still hard to say.
I see. He has been following me around since we met at Matsushita Diner 2 days ago.
Great, a stalker.
Considering how persistent he is, I may have to deal with him as a cop.
Oh, actually, he was so persistent that I allowed him to